Hey guys, welcome back to Biz Creations. It is summertime, you guys. Today's video is a cute jumpsuit with a tie front bodice. I love the look and I had so much fun creating this jumpsuit. The pattern I used for this look, McCall's 7789. I purchased the fabric at my local Joann fabric store. Pattern was very easy to follow, and what I love about this pattern is that you can create your own design. You have a variations of bodice options with it. You can either do the pleated skirt or the pants to create the jumpsuit. It was so much fun. Let's get into it. I've already cut out all the pattern pieces and the fabric for the jumpsuit. To make the pleat in the pants front, I'm bringing the crease line from the small circles to the large circles like so. Then base stitch it across the upper edge. Pattern piece number 10 to the upper side edge of the front. Stitch it at 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. I've already trimmed it and turned the pocket inside. Press it. Now I'm going to top stitch it along the finished edge. Next, pin side front to pocket pattern number 11. Pin it along the outer edge. Then stitch 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. And that's how that looks. Base stitch the upper and the side edges. I've already made the pleat in the pants back and base stitch it across like I did for the front. I'm pinning the pants front and the pants back together at the inner leg. Stitch it at 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Next, I'm pinning the crotch seam, matching the seam allowance. Then start sewing at the large circle, leaving above the large circle open. That's how that looks. Next, I'm pinning the pants front and the pants back together at the side seam. Then stitch it 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. I made a row of basting stitch to the upper edge of the pants between the seam lines and pull the thread to ease stitch the upper edge. Next, stitch midriff back section to midriff front at the sides. Then pin the lower edge of midriff to the upper edge of the pants. Matching the side seams, I'm going to base stitch it, then stitch it at 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Trim it, then press seam toward midriff. I'm gonna put this aside and start with the bodice. To start sewing the bodice, reinforce lower edge of each bodice front at the large circle, then clip to the large circle. Next, stitch bodice front to bodice back. I'm following the pattern instruction on how to prepare the boning. I'm using a boning with casing for the side seam. I'm pinning the boning case in the center over the seam. Then I'm gonna use a zipper foot to stitch over the boning stitching line. And that's how that looks. I'm pinning the lining to the bodice. Then stitch it. Stop stitching at the large circle. And then trim it. Now turn bodice lining to inside, press it, then base stitch the raw edges together. Pin and stitch the upper edge of middle drift to lower edge of the bodice, matching the side seams. Have already stitched together the midriff lining at the side seams. I've also pressed and trimmed the seam allowance to 3/8 of an inch. Pin midriff lining to midriff over bodice, matching the side seams. Base stitch it, then stitch it. That's how that looks. I've turned the midriff lining to inside, pressed it, then I'm going to slip stitch it, which I will be doing off camera. And that's how that looks. Next, I top stitch the midriff along the upper and lower edges. I'm almost done, only the zipper left to do. Follow the pattern instruction to install the zipper. And then I will also hem the pants legs. And I'm all done. I hope you guys enjoyed the making of this jumpsuit. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and do so. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.